Dr. Owen Omogiafo, the first female president and group CEO of Transcorp Group, stands at the forefront of Nigeria's business landscape, leading one of the country's most dynamic conglomerates with investments spanning hospitality, power, oil and gas. With her intensive experience and visionary leadership, she has not only driven significant growth within the company, but also championed initiatives aimed at fostering sustainable development across Africa. In this edition of Decryptage, she outlines her vision for expanding Transcorp reach throughout Africa. Dr. Omogiafo, welcome to Africa 24 English. Could you provide an overview of Transcorp and its core business activities?
So Transcorp PLC is Nigeria's largest diversified conglomerate. We are patient investors focused on catalyzing development across the continent. We invest in sectors that have the potential to change the investment landscape and deliver progress for everyone. So what sectors we are in today? We're in energy, we're in power, and we're in hospitality.
You took part in the 8th edition of the Future Investment Initiative held in Riyadh, the capital city of Saudi Arabia. How was such a conference important to you and your group?
So the Future Investment Initiative, just like the name indicates, is about looking at the future. How are we shaping the future? With particular focus on energy. As we heard today in the plenary, very strong statement. There is a lot of conversation and focus now on energy transition. So why am I here? I am here to be a voice for Africa, to ensure that Africa's needs for energy sufficiency, eradicating the energy poverty that we face today on the continent, where we have over 600 million people not having access to electricity, is captured and is eliminated. So what do I want to get out of this conference? To network, to learn, to put forward the African story as succinctly and as concisely as possible, so Africa is not left behind, so our needs are incorporated into the plan for energy transition. And Saudi Arabia, just going by what I heard the Minister of Energy say today, clearly understands what it means for us to ensure that our oil and gas, our renewable energy sources are all adequately tapped and brought in together to deliver that energy that the continent so desperately needs.
With your extensive experience in power, hospitality and energy sectors, what trends do you currently see shaping these industries in Nigeria and in Africa at large?
The trends that are shaping the world right now is more with that focus on energy transition. There's a stronger push for renewable energy, for energy that can come from sources that can regenerate itself. But what we are saying is, let us adopt a genius of and versus a tyranny of or. Let us understand that with the gap that we have in our continent, that we are able to shape the trends, work with the trends, gas to power, gas to electricity. It's clean energy. And then we focus on how are we managing the emissions that come from the hydrocarbons to ensure that we are able to get the energy sources that we need. If we look into hospitality, in the past few years, we've seen the rise of technology platforms where people can take their own houses, take their properties and list them so people can have access to accommodation, unlike previously whereby you had to just have a big hotel, or even if it's a 10-room, you have to call it a hotel. But now you see that you have more short-term lets that are going on, and for us in Transcorp Group, we are right on that. A few years ago, we launched the Aura by Transcorp Hotel, which is our digital platform that connects users to experiences, not just about hotel rooms. Because Africa is a fantastic continent. We're big. There's so much to see. We have such rich history. And if you look at Dubai, Dubai has made a lot of revenue and progress through tourism, and that's what we're trying to do with Africa. And of course, last but not the least, with the energy space and the AI trends that we're seeing now, technology is going to play a very strong role in the future that we're looking to go into.
Transcorp Group is one of Nigeria's leading conglomerates with investment in the hospitality, power, oil and gas sectors. What are your plans for expanding the company's reach throughout the African continent? What opportunities do you see in these sectors, and how do you intend to leverage them for growth?
It will interest you to note that Transcorp Group today, we already supply power to Benin Republic on a daily basis. So we are members of the West Africa Power Pool, and through that membership, we are looking to further increase power access to African countries. Even though we might generate from Nigeria, because we have huge gas assets, and we're able to export power. Beyond that, we're also looking to have renewable energy investment in other nations across Africa, and of course, take our prowess in hospitality management across and other opportunities that would come up.
What unique challenges and opportunities have you encountered in leading such a diverse conglomerate as the first female president and group CEO of Transcorp?
You know why I like challenges? In every challenge lies an opportunity. So let's look at my country, Nigeria. We have 220 million people, right? Our grid today provides 5 gigawatts of power. Germany has 80 million people, and there are 80 million people enjoying 51 gigawatts of power. You see the gap. So while people might see, oh, you have such a low energy source, we see that there's a huge opportunity. And noting the amount of people that we have and the fact that everybody needs electricity, no matter what you do, you have to find some sort of power. It lets us see what opportunities are in there. And we are able to strategically invest. And with this kind of investment, you're able to have very good shareholder return whilst having a strong social impact through your investments. I mentioned tourism earlier on. Hospitality remains a core function. Any human being that is going to somewhere new, the first thing that comes to your mind after you have thought about how you're going to get there is, where am I going to stay? It's very paramount. And that's where we would also be moving forward, because we have built considerable brand promise and brand value in the Transcorp Group brand, and we'll take it further to expand into hospitality. And hey, who knows what the future holds? We'll continue to lead the charge on improving lives and transforming Africa.
As a trailblazer for women in leadership roles, what advice would you give aspiring female leaders looking to break into executive positions?
So my dear women, I'm going to say this: believe in yourself, and truly, truly, you can do what you set your mind to do. But first, you must set your mind to doing it. Then gather around yourself like a coalition, people that can support you to achieve that thing. You know we are blessed. Why do I say we are blessed? Women, at least in Africa, we're taught to take instruction. So we're taught to listen. So we have effective listening skills. And because we are also strong and resilient, we're able to act. So if you challenge yourself and look at opportunities, just look beyond what am I doing right now? What's my comfort zone? And perhaps if you ask yourself, if Owen, with her first degree in sociology and anthropology, second degree in human resource management, is today leading a career in energy, if she could do it, why can't I? And in deciding to do it, I thought about other women who have done it. And we have so many great women, Madam Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, for one, among several other women who are breaking the glass ceiling. So please encourage yourself and encourage others to take that step. It's not going to be easy, but it's highly rewarding.
Dr. Omogiafo, thank you for answering Africa 24's English questions. Ladies and gents, please stay tuned to Africa24TV.com and to the app My Africa 24.